Hello! Welcome to another vlog. This is the April vlog. I took a really long time, almost a month, to publish this one because it's quite an emotional one. I think, part of me was like a bit intimidated in putting it out there. Again, even though not a lot of people watch it, but it's still... And just making it in itself, you really kind of live it. So yeah, some really nice things happened. For example, we celebrated our 1-year anniversary with Cam. I had 2 of my friends come to visit me in London, 2 of my really close friends. What else? Just random little bits of life that were really enjoyable. But I also went home for Easter, which is always a little bit bittersweet, I think. I think anyone who lives away from their family knows that feeling, especially when you have like parents that are getting a little bit older, or your grandparents also. Maybe for me, my grandma. You feel always a bit this guilt coming back to London or wherever you are, and leaving them and not being there for them, even though you also need to live your own life, and also leaving your dog or your pet. For me, it's always really hard leaving Truff on top of my family, but she is family. And most importantly, I quit my job. I talk about it a lot more later in the video. But yeah, it was really something that I've been thinking about for a couple of months now. I think since moving to London, still with the same job that I've had for almost 2 years and a half, I think I have had time to really sit with my emotions a bit more, because it kind of got... I don't know, I think when I was in Brussels, because the office is bigger, you have much more of an office life with your colleagues, you have lunch, blah, blah, blah. And you have loads of events in the kind of EU policy bubbles. You meet a lot of people. It gets exciting, so you kind of forget about the bad parts. But here, obviously in London, I have a lot less of that. And it really gave me the opportunity to really, sit with my emotions, but also reflect on, 1, what I was working on, 2, who I was working for. And I really realized that it was a huge weight on my mental health, the fact that I was working for clients as a consultant that really didn't align with my values. And really, like, it's just a kind of job where it seems like, I have a stain. It's not going to lead me anywhere towards the kind of woman that I want to be. And yeah, I think quitting for your values it might seem a bit weird. And for example, it's something that like my dad, for example, really didn't understand. But I think it was really necessary, and I've been feeling this huge relief since I've done it. I have 3 months notice period, so I still have some time to go, and now it's a bit awkward, obviously. But yeah, I'll talk about it further in the vlog. But while I know I've made the right decision, it still felt very emotional, and it felt like, obviously, like, you have a well-paid job, that's what you studied for, you're not supposed to do this, to quit. And so it felt like a huge step, even though I know it's the right one. So yeah, I hope I'm gonna stop talking now. It's been almost 5 minutes, but I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and I'll see you next month. Bisous. Jump scare. Hello. It's already the 5th of April, and I did not have time to film anything this week because work has been absolutely insane and horrible. And I think my friends can attest to that because I've been complaining a lot this week. So yeah, it's Saturday, it's the 5th of April. As you can see, I've got some stress breakouts because of work. But I'm trying to remedy this because this weekend we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary with Cam. So we have full day planned. It's about like 9:15, 9:20 I think now. So I'm getting ready because I'm meeting him. I'll tell you what we're doing. I am meeting him. Also, I'm in my new flat. I'll maybe give a tour at some point. I don't know. But it's cute. My books are here. So it's not fully organized yet because this week has just been a mess. I'm really tired. Anyway, the whole plan of the day. So I'm meeting Cam at 11 for coffee near his house in Hackney, Wick, which means I have to leave at 10 because we're quite far away. Like we're like 45 minutes of 30 minutes of tube, then 15 minutes walking. But it's a really nice walk, but still. And we're having coffee, then we're having pedicures that I booked there in an organic spa, and then we're gonna grab a bite to eat and we're going to the theater to go see a play called Weather Girl. I'll tell you if it's good. And then we are both going home separately to get ready to then meet in the park, have some champagne. I bought a bottle to celebrate and at the duty free at the airport the other day. And then we are going to a restaurant called Bistro Freddie that we've wanted to try for a while, but because it's a little bit pricey, we haven't. And also it's a bit of a special name because we've always said if we had a dog, well, no. So Cam's favorite name is Frederick for like a man. And he was like, if we ever have a son, which by the way, I'm not sure I want kids, but you know what I mean? You always have those conversations because they're fun to have about names. I want to name him Frederick so I can call him Freddie. And I was like, I would never have a son called Freddie. Sorry to all the Freddies out there. I was like, but I can have a dog called Freddie. And so whenever we talk about our future dog, we call him Freddie. Or her Freddie. She can be Frederica. And so we're going to this bistro that's called Bistro Freddie, just because apparently it's really good, and also it's called Bistro Freddie. Anyway, enough rambling now. I'm gonna get ready. I'll show you the outfit of the day and then also the outfit of the night. I'm gonna go for something quite chill today because it's quite warm. I think it's like 15 degrees and it's sunny. These are vitamin C pads that I got for free at the Korean skincare shop. So I'm late as usual, so I did not have time to do my hair, so didn't have time to really do my curls, neither did I have time to straighten it, so it's neither curly nor straight. Nice, but the makeup is cute. This is the situation. Cute little crossbody bag and a jeans jumpsuit and some Asics and some earrings.
It's a video.
Look how pretty they are. This is my anniversary present. It's a furry plant. I don't know what we're gonna call her yet. She's pretty, huh? We got some fresh onigiri and some matcha chiffon cake at this place called Japonica, and it was so cute. It was this woman with her daughter. They were so sweet and they make everything themselves. It's nice and cold. So, stop me. What did you think about the play?
Really good.
It was really impressive. It's like a one-woman play, and she obviously does that monologue for an hour, and she was really, really good.
Yeah, and the lighting and the set design made it as if she was sort of 5 different versions of the same character, which was really impressive.
And we had never been to the Soho Theatre before, and it's a nice space.
It's lovely.
It's nice because it's a small room, and it's very, how do you say pentu? You know, when there's a steep. Yeah. We recommend pentu. We're at the beach. Bermondsey Beach. London Beach. Been doing gel on my nails for a few months, and I just wanted to, like, a few months in a row. Oh my god, I've got a skin here, I'll take it out. But I just wanted to show you how it destroyed my nails. You can really see like the kind of frontier here where the gel once was on every nail, and yeah, it's like this on every nail. It's so bad. So I'm gonna take a break until at least the summer, at least. Kind of just want all of it to grow, I think. Eee, what my feet look like when I go take down the bins. Just quickly, a product I've really loved this month is this. Oh, there's a hair on it. Oh no, it's this body lotion by Naturium. As you can see, like, I've tried, I think I'm gonna try and cut this so I can get to like these little bits here. It's a really good body lotion. It's not too expensive. It's quite big, so it lasts you for a long time. And if you're like me and you like hate putting body like lotion when you get out of the shower, like it feels like a task, this is not sticky, so it's really fast, and it smells like nice. It's like neutral kind of scent. I also tried from the same like thing, Naturium, but the same brand, but also the same line, the body oil, and that I really didn't like the smell. But the body lotion doesn't smell the same, so if you can get it, get it. See, there's still some. I'm gonna try and get to it. And then we went to Cam's parents to watch the game. So they're big Tottenham fans, so we watched a Tottenham game. I can't even remember what game they were playing, and we had a curry night. And then my friend Eleonore from Brussels came to visit, and we have the loveliest day. We took the Uber boat to Battersea Power Station from London Bridge, and the views were so cute. And then we did a jewelry making class, a 90s themed jewelry making class. I made some cute things, and we really just had like the cutest little weekend, just the two of us. She's so sweet, look at her. And I made this for my bag, this little bag charm. And then we went to see Mean Girls at the theater, the musical, and it was so good. I wouldn't have gone if it wasn't for her, and I really had the best time. Highly recommend. Stop scaring her! Oh! Over here. Alone in the office as usual. Why am I holding this book? Because this month I'm gonna do something a bit different. I'm gonna review the books as I read them, because by the end of the month otherwise I forget. So this is the first book I read this month. It's Parasol Against the Axe by Helen Oyeyemi. What did I think about it? I thought it was really hard to read, and I don't really know if it's a language thing or if it's I think it's mostly like it was hard. I don't think it's a language thing, because I read mostly in English, as you can see, or as you saw in my previous videos. But I think it's just because it's several stories within one book. it makes it a little bit hard to follow. However, it was really well written, but I just think it wasn't a smooth read. So to tell you a little bit about the story, it's the center theme of the story is the city of Prague. It's all about Prague, it's set in Prague, and these women that are going to a hen party for the wedding of one of their friends are all kind of reading the same book, but reading a different story from the same book. So it's all like kind of talking about how one book can mean different things to different people. That's what I got out of this, even though the stories are completely different from book to book, even though it's the same title and the same book. It's a bit mystical, it's a bit philosophical, it's deep. I don't know. It was interesting. I don't regret reading it at all, but it's definitely not my kind of novel. But the stories within the story were actually really good because everyone opens the book and reads a different story that is set in Prague, and sometimes it's like very like dated not in a bad sense of the word, like just historical stories of kings and things like that are that I thought were really good. And I kind of, even weirdly, I think those deserve their own book more than the actual story around it, like the hen do and the wedding and the fights between the women and like what happened between them that led to this. I thought the book changing its story was actually the most interesting part, more than that, the kind of not fluff, but fluff around it. So yeah, not my favorite, but it was interesting.
She's a mermaid, she's a little mermaid, she's a cute little mermaid, she's the cutest little mermaid.
Bientôt ton anniversaire.
Ah ah!
C'est en mai, non?
C'est en mai?
Oui.
Moi aussi.
Non, le tien.
Le mien?
Quel jour?
18. Et toi?
Moi, c'est en août.
Ah, toi, c'est en août.
Le 31.
Et moi, le 18.
Mai.
Mais, ah oui, pas août.
Aujourd'hui, on est le 18 avril.
Ah, c'est dans un mois. Alors, il faut faire la fête.
Il faut faire la fête.
Il faut danser. Mais moi, j'ai pas mon cavalier, alors je peux pas danser.
Ah non, t'as plus ton cavalier. On peut t'en trouver un autre, hein?
Quoi donc?
On peut t'en trouver un autre.
Ah oui, il faut qu'ils soient anglais. Hein.
Qui soit anglais?
Ah oui.
Pourquoi Toto, il n'était pas anglais?
Non, c'est vrai. Tu as raison. Toto, il me manque. Si tu savais comme il me manque, tout le temps je lui parle. Il était tellement bon. Tellement, tu sais, bon cœur, tellement. Oh, moi vraiment, il me manque.
Je sais.
Il est irremplaçable.
C'est déjà beau d'avoir vécu un beau mariage, hein?
Oui.
Et une belle vie ensemble.
Oui, un peu courte. Moi, je trouve.
Ouais. C'est toujours trop court.
Ben, ça dépend. Mais vraiment, là, c'était trop court.
After a very emotional day, as you can imagine, I went to meet my friend Olivia and we had a little skincare evening. I tried her LED mask and we watched a Wes Anderson movie. And then the next day, I went for a walk with my little truffe. And every time that I'm back in the south of France, I remember how lucky I was to grow up in such a place. I'll just let you admire the beauty. It's just surreal.
And I'm gonna find in front of mine. I wanna be like all the time. And now I feel a whipping it up, whipping it, whipping it up, whipping it up, whipping it up, whipping it, whipping it, whipping it.
Second book I read this month is called Porca, Miseria by Tonino Benacquista. We've read it with a couple of my friends from my high school friendship group. Actually, I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was quite a fast read and very interesting. It talks about, so it's his autobiography, but it focuses on his family and his parents are like immigrants from Italy to, from the south of Italy to the north of France, the Paris suburbs. And I mean, immigration stories are always very interesting to read, especially when it's like older immigration stories. So this like starts in the 50s, because you just realize that it's just history repeating itself, and that every new wave of immigration, people receive the same inhumane hate from the people that were already there. And whether it's like it was first Italians, and then maybe it's like Northern Africans, and then other ex-French colonies in the case of France, and it's just the same story every time of stupid hate no matter where people come from. And yeah, and people also like losing their heritage and their culture to adapt and to receive less hate from their hosting country. So it was a bit heartbreaking. It also talks quite a bit about alcohol abuse, because his dad was an alcoholic. But it was pretty good. I might read some of the things that he wrote, because he wrote a lot of books. So yeah, I enjoyed it. And the next day I went back home with a late flight, which I should never do because it makes me so depressed, and I was stuck in the Elizabeth line for an hour. Yeah, you know that feeling, going back to where you live after spending some time with your family. It's like bittersweet. But then the next day we went to Twickenham to see a rugby game. It was my first time seeing rugby live. I supported France and Cam England, and England won, but it's okay. I was very happy for them. It was women's rugby, and it was my first time in Twickenham as well. It was so fun, such good vibes. Highly recommended if you have the opportunity. And then the day after that, we went to watch the London Marathon, and we cheered on strangers, and I was so emotional the whole time. It was beautiful.
Keep going! Woo!
Go on, Ben!
So the last book that I read in April is this book that was advised by one of my friends. It's called Les Vivants by Ambre Chalumeau. It's her first novel. She's a journalist, and I really enjoyed it. I did think there were some parts that were a little bit kind of obvious phrasing, like pre-made kind of phrases. Sorry, there is like a helicopter or something flying over. I don't know if you can hear me. Anyway, there are a few parts that were like a bit obvious, like some points about like, it's a novel, so it talks about a group of 3 friends that are like coming out of like adolescence, and they are just finishing their high school, and one of them gets a rare disease and falls into a coma. So it's called Les Vivants, which means the living, and it talks about how basically you keep on living while horrible things happen in life. It's overall a very good book, very good story. I just thought sometimes some phrasings were maybe a bit clumsy or a bit like pre-made and obvious, but for a first novel, honestly, it was really good. I enjoyed the read, so good recommendation from my friend. The next day I flew to Casablanca for work. It was my first time ever in Morocco and I didn't see anything from the city, which is usually what happens with work trips. It gets old very fast. So this is the view from the hotel. It was overall a very stressful trip. Did not have a good time. I'm just finishing to get ready getting ready to the meeting. For the meeting? I don't know what I'm saying. The meeting is in French, so I'm trying to like rewire my brain into French. And this eyebrow hair is really pissing me off. Yeah, this is the makeup. Actually, I need to put mascara on this eye still. But my hair is really pissing me off. I just having this like curly so I straightened it yesterday. But obviously with the humidity in Casablanca, it didn't stay straight at all. But now it's like frizzy. It's just not great. But I don't have time to do anything with it. So I hope it looks alright. I think the makeup looks fine. I'll show you the final look when I get dressed. Let me just put some mascara on this eye. I'm really stressed about it. Oh, so did you see? My boyfriend got me some pigeon earrings because I love pigeons. I think they're really cute. I really need to get like a teeth whitening or something. My teeth are like really, I feel like kind of yellow by the amount of tea and coffee that I drink. I don't smoke, but still. Anyway, I'll get ready now. This is the look. It's a very long dress. I want it to be quite covered because obviously it's a Muslim country. Work bag, little glasses, very subtle, natural makeup. Yeah, I hope I look okay. Minimal jewelry. I'm a bit stressed about this meeting. We'll see how it goes. At least after the meeting we had a nice meal and I had a really nice tagine in a cute restaurant. And then we went for a walk and I managed to see the mosque Hassan II from the outside. I really wish I could have visited it because it's one of the biggest mosques in North Africa. But yeah, it was already time to go back to London. So I have taken the decision a while ago already to quit. But today is the day that I'm telling my bosses. And wow, this, not that I'm looking at myself, but I am. This camera have a new phone. It's so HD, you can see all of my sunspots. And that's not making me happy. Anyway, I'm super stressed about it. I really have like such people pleasers tendency that I feel like I'm doing something wrong and I am disappointing people, even though like I'm making this decision for my mental health just because I know it's a job that doesn't suit me at all anymore, and really that has never really suited me. And I know it's the best thing for me, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a really long time now, and that I've discussed and thought about and overthought about. And I'm really like, it's a decision where I'm really like, I'm choosing myself, but yet like I feel like, oh my god, I'm disappointing people, and I'm also disappointing my parents, and like that's what I studied for, to have like a set job that, you know, and it's so clear what the path would be in this job, like where I would be in a couple of years, the promotions I would get, the money I would get, and it just feels a lot safer, but also it makes me so unhappy. So I don't even know why I'm thinking the way I am, but we're just so wired in this system to not think correctly about like because we don't have a choice, like we need to pay the bills. And anyway, you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm just I know it's the right thing to do, yet I still have such a hard time doing it because I feel like it doesn't make sense, and that it's not what I'm supposed to be doing, meaning quitting is not what is expected of me. I've got my lucky pigeon earrings, so it should be okay. But I really, I feel nauseous. I couldn't eat the whole day. It's already 11:30. I didn't have breakfast, and I don't think I'm gonna have lunch. And it's so stupid to put yourself in those states for really, again, we're on a floating rock. None of this makes sense. There is, for me, a really big misalignment between who I want to be and to become and my work. And I've been thinking about it increasingly over the past few months. I think since coming to London, I've had to kind of sit with my emotions and my beliefs a bit more, and think also about where I want to go and who I want to be. And I just don't think that it's really a good fit anymore. Those thoughts have kind of always been there, mostly because of the kind of clients I work on. And this is also linked to the fact that there are 0 female partners. I don't see any proofs of this changing. And even though it's really hard to project yourself when you don't see anyone in the company that is someone that you would kind of like to become. And yeah, so I think I left enough time for me to judge if this was going towards a direction that I would like it to go, and it's not matching anymore. And that also ties it back to political beliefs / values. Mind you, I know we work in a political sphere. I don't need all my colleagues or my peers to have exactly the same beliefs as me. But I think when it comes to human values, I need to find a common ground. And I think I've been also, because also you follow me on social media, and I've always been really open about my views on Palestine, for example. Being led by someone who is kind of openly pro a genocidal state and has been vocal about it on social media when you are the head and the lead of a company, and you know that people in your company don't necessarily have the same beliefs as you. And this is not I disagree about this point about CBAM or ETS or whatever. We're talking about a genocide where 40,000 people have been killed. I think it's also really, I just don't want to be led by someone like this. I find you both really great, and I've really, really loved working with you, and I'm super, I really admire your work, and I think you're super hardworking, and you really are the pillars of the company. And I want to reiterate this point as well, because I really don't think this company would be anywhere near where it is without you guys. And so I'm really sorry that it has to go through you. Regarde, c'est trop mignon. Il y a des gens avec un bébé qui le regardent. Et puis juste au-dessus, il y a des oies avec des canetons.
vlog ça.